Hi everybody, this is our first podcast. It's on this. We're going to be starting on this show. We're going to be going through how I am a skeptic and how it is for me being around like I'm a medium wife and medium wife. That's just funny. But yeah, it's just basically things that I've personally had happen to me over the years, and basically from where we started. We first met in the hostel in Bathgate, and it was just ever since I got to know Becca. Like for instance, I'd be in my room and I'd be like, "Oh, I'm starving again," like because I'd spent all my money because I constantly was just rubbish with money, and Becca would chap on the door and be like, "Oh, do you want to make something to eat?" And I'm like, strange. I'm doing sitting thinking about that, and she's coming to my door, and I was like, "Oh, aye, brilliant." So get some scran
Call it right place, right time.
Yeah, but when you say that, I was meant to be going on work experience, with, obviously at the schools, and I picked like joinery and then like this window place, and then my third one I had to put something doing, and the only thing they had available was ABC Tots Nursery. And my dad was like, "Nope, you're not going there." He says, you got interested in babies?" He said, "No." So I never went to that. But you ended up going to that. Then the second time we were meant to meet was Bless. Remember Bless in Blackburn? Big up Bless in Blackburn. But that was basically just a transition from like maybe college or school. Like if you didn't know what you wanted to do, in there you could do a bit of bricklaying, painting, joinery. Just there was a wee bit of everything. But I went to that, and you never went, but you went for the interview. But that was when basically these times we were meant to meet. But then the third time was the hostel, and that's when we started basically as a couple.
Well, we were friends for a year.
Yeah.
And within that time I brought up quite
a lot of strange stuff, yeah. Just stuff about my dad. Like my dad was terminally ill, and there was just things that she was like saying that had happened to me, like me and my dad, and things that we would do, like fishing and stuff, and just strange things that's happened, and she would just know it, and I'd be like a bit puzzled, like, have I told you that, or like, and I'm like, no, definitely, like that's not something that I would tell anybody, Ken, and you knew.
Because we were friends at the time, it was never a, why is she saying that? It was more just a, yeah, okay, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
You never really took full knowledge of the things I was saying, because it was more so like, I could have just told her that.
Yeah.
You know, like, so you never ever physically sat down and went, have I actually told her?
Yeah, no, because I was very skeptic. I didn't really believe in that. I thought just you die. But then, like, I remember a few days before my dad actually passed, we were in the living room because we had like lazied it out. We put it on the floor, remember the mattress and stuff, and we were looking at the hallway, and I remember the gap. My dad, his face went like that, and with his glasses, and I'm not joking. I froze. I was like, is my dad in the kitchen? Like that's how believed like I was.
That was prior to figuring out if it was a boy or girl. It was our first.
Yeah, that was
child.
that period. Because he was waiting, because we said the Tuesday, and we went down. And it was like, "Sorry, Dad, we got it the wrong dates. Like it's Thursday."
And
like
he was
so upset, but he held himself off, and we went down after the appointment on the Thursday. And told him it was a boy, and he was like, "All right, we're gonna call it Macintosh," and I was like, "No, like we're not calling my first boy Macintosh."
You always say it wrong.
I know
it's
McTavish. I know it was back then.
You always say it wrong.
Yeah, it was McTavish. That's what it says.
He wanted a big Scottish name, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, but I think he was just happy that his name was living on. And then obviously that early hours of Friday morning he passed.
Yeah.
But when we seen him in the door, it was literally like straight after that, boom, 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 we could hear my sisters at the door, and then they were coming to tell me that Dad had passed over. But
that's kind of when I was questioning my gift as well, because I was like,
because you had never
if
mentioned
I'm seeing
anything.
Him, how is he seeing him? So for me, it was a bit confusing because I was like, oh, maybe other people can see them.
Yeah.
But I feel he was coming down and through because he was trying to show you, like, I'm there no matter what kind of vibe. And because it was quite a significant time for him and for yourself because you were becoming a parent.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to lie, it was the scariest thing, especially being pregnant as well, because I wasn't sure how do I deal with it.
I genuinely thought I was tripping, like, but when you said you'd seen it as well, I was like, what on earth? Like, and obviously that was just him transitioning. Maybe he popped his eyes in on us before he transitioned.
It was the fact that he was pacing. He wasn't just standing.
Oh no, he wasn't standing. He was like walking back and forward in the kitchen. And I was like, I genuinely thought like, is he in here?
Yeah.
Like,
but it was the footsteps as well. It was the back and forth, and it must have happened for a good 15 minutes before we closed the door because we were absolutely petrified.
Oh, I was terrified. And then what's didn't help, we'd just maybe got to sleep and like no more, and boom, 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 boom. And it was my sister's at the door saying like that's Dad. And so I was like, he must have maybe just before he died transitioned, had a wee look on us what we were up to. Again, so that was one of the strange things. But when we moved into Wynford, like you can get, when you get these cat bells and like they make all that jingling noise. I was in the kitchen and I jumped up in the bunker and I was just sitting where I normally sit in the kitchen. And the cat bell on the flare started going on the flare and it wasn't moving. Ken, you need to move it. It just wasn't moving, and the wee thing was going. I'm sitting staring because literally just before it, I was speaking out to my dad. I was asking him like, "Can you show me a sign like you're here and you're watching me?"
And a sign you got.
And a sign I wish I never got. I was absolutely terrified.
I was at the shop.
I know, and when you remember when you came back in the state I was in, like I had big droopy snots and my eyes were streaming and I was shaking and I was, oh what a mess I was. And I think that's why I do it still to this day. I'm still scared to like kind of talk out to him and that, because I'm like, I'm scared of the like again like that's I think a lot of my like the whole thing about no believing and stuff. I think a lot of that evolves around maybe being scared. Yeah. So I bet my brain's like, that's not real, Ken. Yeah. So I'm no scared. Yeah. Aye, because I think I'm a bit scared. Ken, and it's one of them.
That's what it was like for me growing up, because we never ever spoke about it. I never opened my mouth about it. The things that I could see or hear, or the things that I dreamed about, and I never ever spoke about it, not once. I was petrified.
Like, I'm not gonna get me wrong. Like when you started doing like the readings and stuff, I was like, how's she doing that? Like, is she going onto people's Facebooks and like trying to look down their wall? I said, because I didn't want to be a part of that. Ken, like, I was like, I didn't want to be a part of that, Ken. But then like obviously I realised I went on to like the business bit and I was like looking, I was like, all you can see is a picture. I said, and a lot of people just take pictures of like some like maybe their grandkids or their dog. Ken, there's not a lot to go on. So I'm like, oh, I must be doing something, Ken. But I was puzzled, and it took me a while. And then when you were in the cupboard doing the readings and stuff, I was kind of like laughing and stuff, like joking, because I was a bit like, what is she doing? Like, fair enough if she's found a hobby or something, but then people started like, whatever you were doing it correct, because these people were giving you tips, and I was like, and how much of tips have you made? And I'm like, what the heck?
In mind,
I'm like,
this was lockdown as well.
Yeah, I know.
We literally built a business at probably one of the toughest times in the whole entire world.
It was tough because like we weren't allowed to be in the shop, but we still had to pay all the rent and stuff. Yeah. And I can people are going to say, oh, but you would have got like stuff to help with that.
No.
No a lot, like not as much as what people think. Ken. And we were too scared to take all these bounce back loans and stuff like that. Like
we had done like what we did, we made it. Yeah. We entertained people and helped and healed people. We did spiritual bingos.
Oh, they were
we
so
did
good.
Free lives. We did like Ouija boards and just all kinds of things to help people who
Yep.
were in their homes and had nothing to do. And
well, there was a lot of people that were stuck, and some people say they're stuck in like abusive relationships, and they just needed something to have a bit of hope. And we started the group chat,
which we still have to this day, this very day.
Then Spirit and Destiny reached out to us, asking us if we wanted to publish a bit about us as well, just to kind of about what we had done. But it was amazing.
I think everything, including the magazine and things like that, is what made us realise, like, oh my gosh, like, this is a thing. It's not just a hobby.
This is us.
This is our life kind of thing.
Yep.
Because even when I realised, like, oh my gosh, like, this is a gift, like, because that's what I was trying to figure out for years since I was a teen.
Yeah.
And when I had it there, all the information, all the things that I seen, heard, everything, all the validations, all the trust that I had to go through between me and all the loved ones and things like that was stepping forward. And I think it was more both of us were like, people do like this.
Yeah.
You know, we had to kind of figure that out for ourselves, because it wasn't a big thing when we started it.
No, it wasn't.
At all.
And it was a big change as well, because remember, we kind of just like took the chance, and we saved that money up, and we moved, Ken, and we put like the deposit and whatnot down, just so we could get obviously in here and whatnot. So it was scary, and it was hard. Like, even we moved, it was like on mattresses on the floor and stuff, but we just grim and bared it and just made it work, didn't we? It was tricky, but eventually we got it there.
From then to now, from all the validations of from clients, all the validations in our own lives, the things that was going to come up, and in the way, all the dreams I used to tell you that I was having.
I know, and they would weirdly come true as well. Like the house that we're in, we already got knocked back. Remember?
Yeah, but I said no.
You were still going like no, like I was just like don't worry, and I'm like, we've been knocked back. Like they said no, get what I mean? And then no, literally about 2-3 weeks later, we're in the shop, and the person came in, the agent person came in, and they were like, you still like this house and that, and like again, like obviously they took it, and
then even thinking like back to our first ever shop, when I used to do the readings, we didn't have like a room with a door on it, nothing. We literally just made a makeshift room with a curtain wire and a curtain, 2 seats and a table.
It was as bog standard as you could get, honestly.
Just enough so that we could still do a reading.
A wee dribbly stock, there wasn't much there.
But it is the fact that Craig could hear everything.
Yeah.
And that was another thing that had changed his mind.
Yeah,
because
that helped
me. He could hear everything that was being said and then validated back to me.
It was just listening to the ladies going like, oh my God, Ken, like, how did you know that? And Ken, it's just catching, see when you sit in and listen to somebody's reading and you realise like how much is right about the reading. Okay, because some people get flabbergasted and they actually didn't really pay attention that, by the way, look, this is fucking spot on. Okay, but see when you're listening in, like see all these ones that go
not that you were earwigging, it's just
it was just a situation. I wasn't standing outside the shop, Ken.
Yeah, of course you still had to serve
I still had to serve people that came in and whatnot. Well, that's if I did or if I didn't hide.
I remember there was
because I used to hide quite a lot, remember.
You tried to hide behind the curtain, but the chair was right there, and as you did that, you fell right over the chair.
I know, fell into the boxes and that. Oh my God, embarrassing.
But it's insane, like, the amount of things, and that's why nowadays, like, if someone says, oh, I'm a skeptic, blah, 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 can you read me? Like, people are saying it's hard to read me, can you read friends and family? It really doesn't bother me, because the information is there, and I've worked that long with the spirit world.
You trust it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And it's why I don't sit there and go, oh, I can't read a skeptic. That makes me uncomfortable, because I literally lived with one. Yeah,
exactly. But what would you say to if say somebody is a skeptic and they're maybe not just a skeptic, they're maybe no skeptic because they don't believe, but they're maybe just scared? What would you say to them? Can maybe like talk them into getting one, or giving them a different point of view on it before they got one?
There is a lot of mediums out there, and there's a lot of psychics. psychics and mediums are two completely different things.
Yeah.
I would say know your source.
Yeah.
So know who the medium is, get to know them a little bit, start watching like videos that they post or videos of them reading to other people and watch the validations come through.
Or even ask like word of mouth, like ask about the people that you know, because I guarantee you, if you work in an office, there's going to be someone in there that likes spiritual, likes readings. There's going to be, because between like COVID and now, the full like this healthy lifestyle, this spiritual lifestyle and stuff, that's all blew up. So like there will be somebody around that you could personally get like a contact number or something like that, because if you just type in psychic on Google, you're not going to end up in the right place. I'm sorry, you're going to get scammed $40 and it's going to be a duplicate reading that's been sent out to 10,000 people plus. You know what I mean? So you really do need to, because if you start,
seen the newspapers,
well,
and there is a good few that has been in the newspapers for that such a thing.
Yes, not going to say any names.
Well,
but that'll be another podcast.
Get to know your medium or psychic.
Yeah. Straight
up. But at the end of the day, right, even if you are a skeptic or whatever, you still have to need that one. You still have to go, well, I'd still quite like one. For instance, a couple of weeks ago, I had a client who had came in and she looked me dead in the eyes and says, "This is my last chance." And I was awfully confused as to what she was talking about.
Last chance that she's going to try a psychic.
And I said, and I says to her, I says, "What's wrong? Like, are you okay?" And she had described like her position, her situation, like she had been to many mediums in many locations in and round about us, all within a distance where you have to drive to. And she says every single one of those psychics or mediums have said, "I can't read you." So I'm looking at her and I'm like trying to give her that reassurance of right, we'll just see where we go, like, because at the end of the day, every medium and every psychic reads differently.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so it is what it is.
Uses different tools and stuff as well.
I always write everything down from start to finish. I try and bullet point it in physical sentences so that you can physically read back everything that I've said word for word, not just like bowls, animals. It's word for word. So, and sometimes people like to record it on their phone, things like that. And honestly, it really does not bother me in the slightest. But the thing is with this lady, she had been through so much with other psychic mediums and the things that they say, whether they couldn't read it or not, or with other things that, you know, had come through or said or whatever. And straight away, all the people that she wanted to step forward to her while she was visiting these other psychic mediums all stepped forward at the one time. Every single one of them, which was validated from start, middle to finish. Everything from their life to the way that they had spoke, because they were actually Aberdonian. So I was getting a lot of words that I was going, what does that mean, by the way? And then she's interpreting
like, talk that away.
She is then interpreting back to me what I'm talking about. But it's not for me to understand. Your nickname could be something random and I'll still say it to you because I'm getting that information through and it is for you.
But it might not relate to you, but it'll relate to them. So
exactly.
I suppose that's...
But it's not about skeptics and other things like that. It's, have you had a reading before? What happened during these readings? Again, trusting of the psychic mediums, because again, and I've been to mediums myself and I'm like, I don't understand a word. There's nothing that is significant to my
personally
life. And it's the healing that we've then got to do to prove ourselves as a new medium reading for them as well, because of the pain and the healing that they've had to go through with whatever they had dealt with. And with her saying it was my last time, it really did get to me.
But that would have put a lot of pressure on you as well, because you would have been like, right, well, if I blow this, then she's just going to no believe ever. And that's horrible thinking that, isn't it?
Well, no, because I've got faith in myself and the spirit world, so I didn't really... I more felt for her and what she had been through, and I had to heal that. I had to heal what other mediums...
to be honest, because that's... Again, if the people are just taking our money and no giving her valid stuff, then I guess that's why people say they're scams all the time now, because
that's why I always work
there's
my
that much of these bedroom psychics that are just basically just saying whatever.
And that's my favourite slogan, bedroom psychics.
No, well, because that's what it is it no? Because as far as I'm concerned.
That's why us proper psychics or mediums have to really feel like we're proving ourselves with the validations and things like that. But then again, so you should.
Aye.
So you should.
Yeah, but it's weird because all these scammers and that, I don't understand how they go like viral and how they get so far. Okay, but they all blow up, but then boom, they blow completely apart. Like it happened. We've watched it so many times. These big sidekicks, these are no big, but these big sidekicks that come out the woodwork, and then boom, a couple of weeks they've got 100k followers, and you're like, right, okay, and we sit back and we watch it, and it always blows up. It does. It always blows up, and then they disappear, and you didn't hear from them.
See the way
happens all the time.
If you're gonna blow up, you're gonna blow up. Well, let it just happen naturally. What's for you will only go by you.
But to be honest, do you really want to be famous? Look at all the famous folk that are all getting in trouble now. I don't know if I want to be that kind of famous.
Maybe that's another podcast we can
speak on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it will be. And fake psychics day. Out in them all.
But I will say from meeting and being friends to all the things that we had went through till now, it was all validation. It was all validation. It was right in front of your eyes.
Like in my BM that I had, I was sitting smelling burning in the car, and I'm sitting thinking to myself, what the heck is that? Like, this has just been serviced, and Ken, it's quite a newish car, Ken. And I'm like, this is doing my nothing. Then we just get back. Well, in fact, no, you stayed to be in the car. You were like, it'll be needing a recall. And I was like, this one will need a recall. It's just split new, Ken. It's all right. And we get back to the house, and I've got a letter and with my name on it, and it's BMW. And I thought, all right, here we go. This will be like maybe like just on confirmation about my service and whatever was in it. No, I opened it up. BMW recall for the heater blower switches.
Which is what he was complaining
Wow. About. See, then I was just gobsmacked. I was like, right, come on. Come on now.
So from then...
Just you calm down a bit.
From then, though, till now, it has been validations.
Oh, just validation after validation for me. Like
or predictions as such. You know, it had to be.
Yep. And it's just the fact when we went that last party readings we done, that was 11 people. And you were just one in, one out, one out, one out. And then it was just every single one of them they were all saying, that's amazing, she is amazing. Like, all her readings are completely unique. Like, there's no odd replica. There's no one reading out of the 11 that you done that's the same. You know what I mean? But you didn't understand that. They all understood that, here, that's incredible. Like,
because whatever I say to you and whatever I say to Tom down the street, it can't be the same.
It's not going to relate.
No.
And that's how you catch out these psychics. That's how you catch them out. Eh? Like, puts up, like, see before you go get a try this.
If anybody knows, it's him.
Aye, see if you want. See before you go try this new psychic. Put something on your status, Ken, like I don't know, like, oh, just got my hair cut, right? Then go get your reading of the psychic, right? And we'll see. Bet she comes through and it says something about a haircut because it'll be on that page, 100%. Because it's not just that. See all these other psychics that go live. They've got all these moderators all scanning all the people that are watching and commenting and jumping onto their thing and finding stuff on them. You can't tell me that they didn't. It's 100%. And see, to be honest, I'm dyslexic to bits. I could never do that. Like, you know yourself, I can't even mod any of your pages because I'm just like, it's just too much for me. There's too much comments. There's too much people. That's why we get your pal today and that. Because I've no got like the tech savvy to be sitting scanning all this and like filtering things and whatever. I've just not got that in me. So it's like, but these other psychics, they.
It's why all the negative comments or just in general, whether they're skeptic or whoever the heck you are, it's why none of these comments get to me. But when I first started my lives, it was scary. I was anxious as scary.
Oh, of course. I was too, but you built me right on the online bingos, and I was pure nervous and shaking and like trying to hold the numbers and all that up, and I'm like, and it was pure. it was pure pathetic, but it's just not something that
But
I've ever been on, like, as videoing and stuff. I hate my voice. Like, see when you watch it whack, oh, it just makes you cringe. Do you not think?
That's why
Am
I
I the
never
only
watch
one,
it
or
back.
does other people
Nope.
find that? Like, when you record your own voice, do you think, and you listen to it back, do you think that you sound cringe? I don't know, it might just be me, but I'm pretty sure everybody will feel that, surely. But it's just one of the things.
But yeah, it's amazing when we look back now.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
And about my pals, remember back then? See when we were in the Ball Hall house? All my pals, remember, you would just be, 1 minute we'd all be sitting chilling, and then 1 minute everybody's in a queue getting a palm reading for Becca, and I'm like, what are you doing? I said, why are you doing this? Okay, like, I didn't understand it at all. I was just like, I was like, even to my mates, I was like, and even worse, yous are waiting for it. Like, what are you waiting for? And they're like, yeah, she's good, man. She knows everything. If she reads it on your horn and that. And I'm like, away's go and all that.
Back then, I wasn't reading the palm. I was just
practicing.
I was holding their energy.
Yeah.
I was just feeling their energy and just listening to spirit. So, palm readings they come from ancient times, and it's all about reading the lines. Of the palms.
Yeah, right. So,
but those lines are already there.
So that's not really a reading then. No. If somebody can just look at
you're telling you what's already there. Think of that being a map.
They're like, so if you've learned how to read that map, you that's a skill that you could learn.
Yeah.
So it's no like being a medium. You can't just learn to be a medium. So you get people out there that say, oh yeah, like you can learn to be a psychic and that. Oh, can you? Like good luck then. you know what I mean? Because it's not something that you can. You need to have, like, even your Granny Grace, she's so spiritual. Like, even when we were at theirs at Christmas and stuff, you just feel her, like, energy. Like, when she looks at you, my hair spikes up and all that. It makes me feel, like, tingly. But it's not just her, it's the same with your dad. Your dad's got, like, that spiritual connection too. Ken, what I mean, though? It has, like, so it is just that side of the family. And I think your Uncle Michael, I think he's got some sort of spiritual, I don't know. I don't know. It's just, there's just something spiritual about the whole Mitchell clan. You know what I mean? And it's just one of the things.
Now it's part of the Davidson clan.
Well, yeah, now it has.
So it's skipped a family.
Yeah. No, it's definitely still in that family.
But what's meant to be is meant to be.
Yeah. No, of course, I believe that as well.
Absolutely fantastic. Like,
yeah.
I love it, and we hope that you guys love this topic too.
Yeah.
If there's a topic that you guys
would like to hear, or any questions you would like Becca to answer, then comment down below and like and subscribe. Thank you.